Hello, I hope you are very well. Emergency video. I had to get on the air to share this massive story with you. Now, the formidable Sun newspaper, which is brilliant for royal exclusives, has sensationally revealed that Prince Harry, who is so worried about his security in the UK, that he's been in London going from house to house, ringing the doorbells of random properties on his own at exactly the same time that he was suing the UK government for armed royal protection. So Prince Harry was caught on a Ring doorbell camera. Now, you know that device. It's a doorbell that sits on the front door or next to the front door. It's got a camera on it. And he was going from house to house, knocking on doors, ringing these doorbell cameras. And the Sun newspaper have exclusive footage of Harry and his stupid face actually popping up on one of these cameras, looking like the world's least happy millionaire. Humpy-dumpy-dum, poor me, poor Harry, the world's least happy millionaire, ringing random doorbells like a complete loser. Shocking, shocking optics for a young man that, let's not forget, well, he's not that young. He is the son of the King of the United Kingdom. What will Charles make of this? His son is basically kind of going from house to house like a vagrant. It's truly embarrassing. So he's been caught on this Ring doorbell camera, knocking on the wrong doors in Fulham. Now, I live in London. As you know, I live in front of the River Thames. I might have a quick swim after this because it's hot today. And here's the thing, right? London's a great town, but it's got sketchy areas. There are parts of London that are sketchy. And Fulham is one such area. Now, it's got posh houses, which is where Harry was, but it's got some low quality areas within it, some dodgy housing, some ne'er-do-wells, some tricky characters who are on the wrong side of the law. I'm just going to say it like it is. There is a criminal element within London town, okay? That's the great thing about London. It's all and it's nothing. You know, it's safe, but it's not safe. It's beautiful, but it's ugly. It's just a real living city, and there are some tricky people in London. So Fulham is very different to Chelsea because Chelsea is super upmarket, money, money, money. But Fulham is a mixed bag. And Harry is wandering around this London neighbourhood on his own, okay, while apparently looking for a friend. Now, the footage surfaces just days after Harry told a UK court that he felt unsafe without police protection. In court, he'd insisted that, and I quote, his life was at stake. My life was at stake. I can never bring my family to Britain. So that's his argument. And on that very same trip, when he comes to London to ask for armed royal protection, which, by the way, has to be paid for by the UK taxpayer, even though he's no longer a serving royal and does no work for us, or he doesn't do work for anyone because he's basically the world's most famous unemployed man. But he came to London with this court case, and this is exactly the same time that he's wandering the streets. Okay, like a really, really unsalubrious character, knocking on at least 3 homes, according to the Sun newspaper. This guy's gone to 3 addresses before finding the correct address. He was captured on this doorbell camera wearing a blue suit without a tie, holding a phone to his right ear, like a drug dealer. That's what he's like. Just a dodgy guy about to fix his next deal. Hey, do you want some ganja, man? This is the son of the King of the United Kingdom on his phone, like a shifty little criminal, ringing random doorbells and disturbing people. He appeared, say sources, to be looking for a friend. By the way, you've got to read the whole story in The Sun. Go to the Sun website. It's an absolute cracker. But let me give you the headlines. Looking for a friend. A housekeeper answered one of the doors but told the Sun they didn't recognise Harry at the time. Of course they didn't, because Harry's profile has gone through the floor. The guy's an international irrelevance now. His wife is becoming more famous. She's more successful. I know you don't like it when I praise Meghan, because there's a lot of Meghan skeptics out there. But the Mark Dolan show is a broad church and we welcome all opinions. If you love Meghan, there's a place for you here too. Although I would say ease up on the medication. But here's the thing. I will praise her to say that she is getting it done. She's got a Netflix series, part 2, coming. She's got the podcast. She has got the retail arm. She's selling jam. I mean, no one wants the jam. But She's making headlines. She's out there every day. She's on Instagram. Whenever she posts anything, she gets 1 million views. No one is viewing Humpy Dumpy, Prince Andrew, the world's least happy millionaire, and a lowly housekeeper on the minimum wage, the help, at an exclusive London address doesn't recognise Prince Harry. Ouch! That's got to burn, hasn't it? And of course this housekeeper didn't recognise him because he or she has got better things to do with their time than read about this prize royal numpty. The resident told The Sun, "We were shocked to see it was Harry on the camera. We only noticed once neighbours started talking, and then we were like, oh yes, it's him." A local source told the paper, 2 of the houses he knocked on are at completely opposite ends of the road. This guy has walked the length and breadth of the street on his own with his phone glued to his ear. "Has anyone seen my friend's house? Oh, humpy dumpy dumpy dum. Have I told you about my terrible life? Humpy dumpy dum." This guy has walked, according to the Sun newspaper, about half a mile on his own, like a lost soul. It's a metaphor for what's happened to the H-bomb, Prince Harry. My hand. So she said, or he, I don't know what the gender of the actual source. Okay, the person, maybe non-binary. It's 2025. Maybe they haven't decided what their gender is today. Anyhow, it is a bit odd, said this person, that he didn't seem to have a clue which house he was aiming for. I don't think many people would just walk down the road knocking on doors, let alone if you don't feel safe. You are so right. You see, that's the point. The public have common sense. That is a common sense thing to say. I don't think many people would just walk down a road knocking. I wouldn't do it. Not in a sketchy part of London like Fulham, which is sketchy. All right? There are some people with a dark character there, with a low moral compass. Although, frankly, Harry would blend in. Don't tell me Harry's a good person. Not after literally abusing his own family. Absolutely not. I'm not having it. I'm so sorry. Also, I've got to say, I feel really sorry for the residents of this address in Fulham, because you have to wonder, what is the worst scenario in terms of who comes to your front door? Because I don't know about you, but when I'm at home, I like to relax. I don't like it when the doorbell goes. I don't welcome the doorbell. I'm not a doorbell fan. Or the knocker. I'm like, call me. If you got my number, call me. If you don't have my number, you don't belong in my day. Don't enjoy the doorbell. Ding dong. It's so aggressive. Such an invasion. But can you imagine if when the doorbell goes, right, it's miserable Prince Harry? Right? I mean, you could have a Jehovah's Witness, would be more enjoyable. I would bring a Jehovah's Witness in and have a meeting for 8 hours about the power of Jesus. I'd rather do that than listen to Harry moaning about his terrible life. Doorbell cameras were designed to keep people like Prince Harry out of your home. I mean, is this a better example of why you should buy a doorbell camera than protection against the possibility that Prince Harry turns up at your front door? Can you imagine anything worse? You're just having a nice cup of tea, having a decaf with a splash of double cream, sweetened with erythritol. My body's a temple. You're enjoying your coffee with your family. The doorbell goes and a bearded ginger numpty appears on the screen. That's why you need a Ring doorbell camera, to avoid someone like Prince Harry turning up at your house. And here's the thing, right? And I say this not lightly. He's walking around Fulham. Can you imagine if a gang of criminals spotted him? Okay, they're going down the road in a stolen BMW. It's normally a BMW. Bayerisches Motorwerk. Guten Tag, wie geht's denn? Einen schönen Tag haben wir. Das ist meine große Hoffnung. So you're driving down the road in a BMW, stolen BMW. Right. Sketchy character with a stubble just like Harry. And they're driving along going, what crime could we do today? What crime could we do today? What can we steal that doesn't belong to us? They look around and they spot a ginger numpty the heir and spare himself, old Prince Harry, the world's least happy millionaire, to go, look at that. That is the king's son. Boom! Stick him in the back, lads. And that is, and I don't say this lightly because, of course, God forbid that anything should happen to Harry or his family. And controversially, you won't like this, but I'm happy to say what you don't agree with because we have this is an honest community, isn't it? We're allowed to disagree with each other. The Mark Dolan show is the only place in the world where people are allowed to have different opinions, and that's cool and that's okay. In fact, it's scrumptious for us to think different things. And I think he was wrong to sue the UK government for security, but I actually think he should have it. But I know most of you will disagree, so let me know in the comments. But anyway, so I really do worry about his safety. And but he's not helping himself, is he? By walking half a mile up and down the road of basically a street that is akin to one of the locations of Grand Theft Auto. Because I've been to Fulham, it's got posh houses, but a lot of it is sketchy. So, and by the way, imagine it, God forbid, if he was kidnapped, right? They'd hand him back within an hour, wouldn't they? They'd be like, get out of the BMW. I'm sick of hearing about how your brother wasn't nice to you when you were growing up and gave you dirty looks. And your nice stepmother was actually an evil so-and-so. And Princess Catherine made your wife smart. We can't hear any more of this. Get him out the car. I can't take any more of it. Of Prince Harry's moaning. The world's least happy millionaire. With his terrible life, he's only got 16 bathrooms in his Montecito mansion. And he's got to have dinner with George and Amel Clooney, who are two of the most boring people on the planet. With George banging on about his latest film role where he's lost weight for the part and grown a bloody beard. And Amel with her human rights. Don't get me wrong, I'm a criminal, but I do like human rights. But please stop banging on about Syria and Darfur while I'm trying to eat my sirloin steak washed down with a glass of Pinot Grigio. Give it a rest, Amau. So look, I promise you, I think, God forbid, but if Harry was kidnapped, they would give him back within an hour. Because he's just a toe rag. Anyway, this is embarrassing. It's undignified. What does Charles think of this? When Charles wakes up in the morning and reads the Sun newspaper, I've got no doubt that Charles takes the papers every day. He'll have all of the papers, probably ironed by his butler. And he takes open the Sun newspaper. One wishes to read the Sun today to find out what the common man thinks. And he's got to look at a front page of his own son, who, by the way, couldn't have a better pedigree. His father's the King of the United Kingdom. His mother was Princess Diana, arguably the most famous woman of the 20th century. Is that fair to say? Let me know in the comments. Anyhow, it's an emergency video. I'm going to crack on because I'm going to wrap this up. But I'm truly horrified by this story. It is embarrassing and undignified. I feel sorry for Charles having to look at this. I mean, William will just be like, WTF. It's a family show. I'm not going to translate what that means. Family show. Kids are allowed to watch this show. Bring the kids up. They might learn something. Get the kids in. Show them this video. Because you need to make sure that your kids don't turn out like Prince Harry. Okay. He is a model of how not to be. So it's embarrassing for the king. And can I say, as a British man of the United Kingdom myself, I'm embarrassed by this son of the country. He is a son of something. He's an SOB, isn't he? Won't translate that either. My goodness, what an X-rated show today, but without really being X-rated. So May 2025, he's wandering up and down the street with a phone glued to his hip, ringing random doorbells. Truly horrifying. Does it not cross his mind that he shouldn't do that he might embarrass his family? During the same UK visit in May of, well, we are in May, but in early May, Prince Harry ordered a Deliveroo takeaway to his friend Lord Charles Vivian's £8 million townhouse in Chelsea, a $10 million house. Now, I don't know whether this was, it's likely that this is the area, but that Chelsea is different to Fulham, so I don't think so. I don't have all the details on which address he was looking for with the phone glued to his ears, but it is well reported across several trusted sources that on that same visit in just a few weeks ago when he was concerned about his security, that he ordered a Deliveroo takeaway. That's a company that brings pizza to your house, to his friend Lord Charles Vivian's house. By the way, why can't Lord Charles Vivian, who's worth a few bob, why can't he provide a meal? That's the problem with these rich people. They are as tight as anything. That's why they're rich. Why can't Lord Charles Vivian knock up a vegetarian lasagna for the H-bomb? Oh no, he's got to order a Deliveroo. Now, there were safety concerns. This action raised eyebrows as it appeared to contradict Harry's claims of feeling unsafe in the UK. I should say so. Ken Wharf, good friend of mine, Princess Diana's former protection officer. I know Ken really well. What a gentleman. He said, it's unbelievable that such a high-profile person who considers himself to be such a high-security risk would allow himself to have a Deliveroo driver arrive at a house with no idea of who they are and what they might be. It's just unthinkable, is what Ken Wharf said. He said it's very unintelligent. Well, that's Harry, isn't it? That is Harry, because he's a couple of slices of pepperoni short of a pizza. I'm shocked. I'm horrified. It's an embarrassment. It's a security risk. And you know what this reminds all of us? It's a timely reminder that the Duke of Sussex is the Duke of double standards. Saying he's worried about his security, ordering pizza which will be delivered by a criminal. There is no one in London delivering pizza that hasn't broken the law. Of course, I exaggerate for comic effect, but some of these characters are in the black economy who don't pay their taxes. I don't know what their legal status is within the country. And Harry is buying pizza from them and opening the door and saying, thank you, come in. Do you want a cup of tea? Put the Kalashnikov at the door if you don't mind. Anyway, the world's gone mad. Harry's lost the plot. It's truly shocking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we will continue this conversation. I've got no doubt there'll be another video tomorrow because Harry will do something stupid tomorrow as well. It's been great talking. Please like, subscribe. This is an emergency video, and the only way that you'll know about it is if you hit the notification bell, the alarm bell, because then bang, a message comes straight up. Thanks for your incredible support for this brand new channel. We've got so much more work to do. I'll see you for the next video. Bye for now.